being stupid. If you go and you look at Kellogg, that's considered to be another safe haven asset that you can feel free to explore if you're looking for ways to make money during this unstable, uncertain economy. Because what they're doing is they're steadily adjusting down the GDP expectations going into 2025 and 2026, and it's all linking back to this uncertainty created by Trump. Now, with that said, in terms of what's happened with the major indices and what sort of the reaction has been, first off, most of the market indices are down since the Trump tariff announcements were released. Most of the stock markets have actually gone down, and I think the Nasdaq went down. If you look at some of the tech stocks got hit really hard with these tariffs, and I'll show you on my screen. NVIDIA, for example, NVIDIA is kind of a flagship for the tech stocks, and NVIDIA has been getting its butt kicked pretty bad lately. Let's pull that up on the screen. Let's look at NVIDIA. A lot of you asked me about NVIDIA. I did not buy any NVIDIA. The only NVIDIA I own is the NVIDIA that our oldest son convinced me to buy many years ago, back when NVIDIA cost, $2 nickels in a bucket of pig's feet. I bought it back then. I bought NVIDIA while it was cheap. We made a ton of money on NVIDIA because we did not know that it was going to take off like that. Since that time, I've been scared of NVIDIA. It's nervous about investing in it because NVIDIA is the bubble that's waiting to burst. NVIDIA's got so many risk factors that it's ridiculous. So if I was investing in NVIDIA, at the very least, I would have some put options in place to protect my investment just in case that stock starts to do some of the terrible things that it's capable of doing. NVIDIA is a really highly valued company, which makes it a very risky company. But if you see here, if you look here, you can barely see it, but it's right there on the screen. If you look at after hours, that red, anything that's red usually means that the numbers went down. So if you go down here to the red on NVIDIA, you'll see that it's down 5.1% after hours. And that's because NVIDIA is one of the companies that's going to get hit really hard by the tariffs. And the Chinese don't play. The Chinese are really aggressive with their economics. The Chinese will, they're going to retaliate. They will, and no telling how they're going to do it. They'll open investigations against the offices of American companies that are in China. They might detain important people at the airport. They may, in fact, I don't know if y'all remember this. This is to tell you how gangster the Chinese government is. Does anybody remember when LeBron James has been very outspoken. He's an activist, right? He has a lot to say about a lot of issues, and he doesn't let anybody tell him to shut up and dribble. I have a lot of respect for him for that. But does anybody remember when they asked LeBron specifically about China and what they're doing in Hong Kong, what they did in Hong Kong? Does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember what happened in Hong Kong? How many of y'all remember that? Well, let me tell you what happened in Hong Kong about maybe 4 years ago, I guess. There was a 99-year lease that the British had, that the British had given to China. Or no, the British had a 99-year lease on Hong Kong where they controlled Hong Kong for 99 years and were supposed to give it back to China after 99 years. I have no idea why they would do this to millions of people. That's kind of crazy. So anyway, so here's what happened. So after the 99 years ended, a lot of the people, and by the way, I want to mention this. Thank you, Bertina. I made a mistake. Bertina pointed that out. Kellogg's ticker is not K. It's KLG. KLG. My apologies for that. Let's get back to China and Hong Kong. Thank you for pointing that out. So basically, so they were going to give Hong Kong back to China, and the Chinese don't run their government the way the British do. So the Chinese, the people in Hong Kong knew that democracy was going to go out the window. Like, for example, you can't write news articles that are critical of the government in China. They will throw you in jail for that. So they protested like crazy.